Welcome to session 3 of Unit 2 in learning the course Design and Analysis of Algorithms. In our previous sessions, we seen divide and conquer general method and one of the applications of divide and conquer, which is nothing but binary search. In our today's session, we are going to discuss about another application of divide and conquer method, which is nothing but merge sort. The main objectives of this session are to learn the procedure of merge sort and to find the time complexity of merge sort. The learning outcomes of this session are, by listening this session, one can understand the process of merge sort and able to sort an array using merge sort and can analyze the efficiency in terms of its time complexity. The topics that we are going to discuss in this session are problem statement, algorithm for merge sort, and solving an example problem. And coming to the problem statement of merge sort, what is the problem statement? Let us see the problem statement. Given an array of n elements, the merge sort problem is sorting the elements present in the given array into increasing order. Here, the merge sort problem is to sort the elements of given array into increasing order. Now, how this sorting can be done in case of divide and conquer method? Let us see. This sorting can be done by splitting the array into two halves, recursively sort each half and then merge the two sorted subarrays. Now here how the sorting of elements can be done in case of merge sort. Here we are going to split the array into two halves. So first we are here, suppose let us consider this is your given array. This is divided into two halves. This is considered as one subarray and this is considered as another subarray. These two subarrays are recursively sorted. And finally these are merged to get the sorted array. Since we are dividing the problem into subproblems and we are solving subproblems and we are conquering the solutions, so we can say that the merge sort procedure follows divide and conquer strategy. Now in merge sort, we divide the array till it can be sorted without further splitting. That is, here we are saying that the array is divided into two subarrays. But is this the case? So here, suppose for example, your problem may contain 10 elements. So if you are dividing the problem into two subarrays, one subarray may contain 5 elements and other subarray may contain 5 elements. How these 5 elements can be sorted? Again, we are going to apply divide and conquer procedure for that subarray. So up to which extent we are going to applying that procedure? So here the merge sort procedure, in case of merge sort procedure, the dividing of array can be done till it can be sorted without further splitting. So that is, we are going to apply the dividing strategy till we get a single element in the subarray. If a subarray contains only one element, that is already sorted. No need of going for splitting that. So if an array contains one element means it is already sorted. So we are dividing the array till we get one single element in the subarray. That means if your array entirely contains 10 elements, you are going to divide that array into 10 subarrays. So each subarray contains one element. Each subarray is sorted. All these sorted subarrays are merged together in case of merge sort. Right. This gives the problem statement of merge sort. Now, the time complexity of merge sort becomes big O of n log n. The time complexity of merge sort becomes big O of n log n. How it becomes big O of n log n, I will explain you while we are talking about the time complexity. Now, let us see
to perform the merge algorithm, we need the two halves to be sorted. Instead of relying on multiples, we'll sort each half ourselves. We'll do it using merge sort. We'll split each half in half again and again until we reach sequences of size 1. These are already sorted. And now we can work our way back up again until we reach a fully sorted sequence. Two sequences of size 1 can be merged using a single comparison. creating a sorted sequence of size 2. Now that we have two of these, we can merge them into a sequence of size 4. And so on. Now our robot will perform this merging algorithm. Being short-sighted, it must bring the objects close to its eyes. When merging is done, the balls are pushed back to the bottom shelf, and the sort is complete. Now let's get back to a random permutation. Let's assume the left half of our input somehow miraculously gets sorted. And so does the right half. Can we use this to quickly reach a fully sorted list? Note that simply interleaving the two sequences doesn't work. Instead, we'll employ a more clever technique called merging. We compare the first two elements and remove the darker one. We repeat this again and again until one side becomes empty, and then simply remove what remains. This process produces the elements in sorted order.
I hope you all understood the merge sort process. Here, in that process, she explained, she considered some 8 balls. So, those 8 balls are different in their color intensity. She sorted from thick color to thin colors. Okay, so here in that case, first she selected each ball as a subarray. So after that, after merging after sorting 2 arrays, she created a two element array. By sorting it produces a 2 element array. So after that, she produces a 4 element subarray. So, and after that, she is getting 2 4 element subarrays. These 2 4 element subarrays are merged together. So the same procedure we are following here to solve the given problem. Now let us see the given problem to explain about merge sort clearly. Here I considered the elements, 8 elements which are present in the given array. The index values of these 8 elements are represented from 0 to 7. The index values are represented from 0 to 7. Now here, what is the merge sort procedure that we are following here to sort the given array? Now first, here we need to divide the array into subarrays. We need to divide the array into subarrays. Where we have to divide the array into subarrays? So at mid, we need to divide the array. So how to find the mid value? Low index value plus high index value by 2. If you find low index value plus high index value by 2, then you will get mid value. Now here, mid is equal to low index plus high index by 2. Now what is low index? Low index is 0 plus what is high index? High index is 7 by 2, which returns 3.5. We can consider 3 integer value. Since we consider only integer value, we can consider 3. That is, the array is divided into subarrays at 3. That is, here we are dividing the array. Here we are dividing the array. This becomes one subarray and this becomes another subarray. First, we need to sort this subarray. Then we need to sort that subarray, and these 2 sorted subarrays should be matched. Now, for sorting this subarray, again this subarray contains 4 elements. So again this should be divided into subarrays. Now how to divide this one? Here, how to divide this one? This also can be divided by finding the mid. Now what is mid here? Mid is equal to low index, which is nothing but 0, high index, which is 3 by 2, which gives 1.5. We can consider integer value 1. That is, here we are dividing the array. At 1 we are dividing the array. This becomes one subarray and this becomes another subarray. Now here also you can divide in the same way. Here also you can divide in the same way. Low value is 4, high value is 7. You can calculate the mid value as 4 plus 7 by 2, which gives 5.5, which is nothing but 5 we consider. So here at 5 we are dividing the array. This becomes one subarray and this becomes another subarray. Now here again we need to sort this array first, then this array next. These two sorted arrays should be merged to get the sorted array of this one. Here first we need to sort this array, then we need to sort this array. These two sorted subarrays should be merged to get this sorted subarray. But for sorting this array, again it contains more elements. 2 elements are there. Again it should be divided. Where we have to divide? Here also we have to divide at mid. So how to find mid? Low index plus high index by 2. Low index is 0, high index is 1. 0 plus 1 by 2, which gives 0.5. That is, we consider only integer value, so we consider 0. So that is, at 0 we are dividing. So this is divided into 2 subarrays. Here in the same way, here also it is divided into 2 subarrays. This is also divided into 2 subarrays. This is also divided into 2 subarrays. And finally, if you consider the first problem, given problem which contains 8 elements, here we divided the array into 8 subproblems, 8 subarrays. Now here each subarray contains 1 element. Since each subarray contains 1 element, it is already sorted. That is, it is a sorted subarray. This is a sorted subarray. This is a sorted subarray, and so on. All those are sorted subarrays. Now, till this we explained the dividing process. Till this we explained the dividing process. From here onwards, we are going to see merging process, which is nothing but conquering process. Now, how to conquer these? First, this one is sorted, this one is sorted. These two should be merged. First, these two should be merged. So here by merging these two, we will get a sorted subarray, which is nothing but 1432. In the same way, these two should be merged. By merging these two, we will get 1527. These two should be merged. By merging these two, we will get 731. These two should be merged. By merging these two, we will get 2326. Later, we need to merge these two. So, as how we divided the array, in the same way we need to do the merge process. Here we divided these two, we merged these two. We divided these two, we merged these two. Now, we divided these two here. Now, we merged these two here. So, yeah, by merging these two, we will get this sorted subarray. By merging these two, we will get this sorted subarray. Now, finally, by merging these two, we will get a sorted array. We will get a sorted array. So, here, all these steps indicates merging process or conquering process. Here, till this, this explains dividing process, and this explains merging process or conquering process. I hope you all understood how to solve merge sort problem or how to sort the given array by following merge sort. Now, here I explained to better understand how merging process happens. We said that in this case, we said that the merging is done. So here, by merging these two, we will get this sorted subarray. How the merging is done? What is the logic behind merging these two sorted subarrays? Now I am going to explain that logic. Now for explaining that logic, here I have taken a real-time example, which is nothing but two faculty are doing invigilations in one room. Two faculty are doing invigilations in one room. The roll numbers, all these are the roll numbers who are writing exam in that room. One faculty collected the scripts of 5 members and other faculty collected the scripts of another 5 members. Now each faculty sorted their scripts. Here this faculty sorted his scripts and this faculty sorted his scripts. After that, these two should be merged. Now I am going to explain the merge process. First, these two are compared with one another. The first elements of both the subarrays are compared first. Which is less? that is copied here, which is less, that is copied here. Now from which array we copied, we need to consider the next element from that array. Now I need to compare these two, and since this is less, we are copying this one. From here, since we copied from this, we need to consider this element. This and this are compared. Since 3 is less, we are copying 3 here. Since we copied 3 from here, we need to consider the next element from that array, and 9 and 17 are compared. Since 9 is less, we copied here. After that, we considered 11. 11 and 17 are compared. 11 is less, so we copied 11 here. Next, we considered 13 from this. 13 and 17 are compared. 13 is less, so 13 is copied here. Next, we are considering 57. 57 and 17 are compared. Since 17 is less, here we are copying 17 here. We are copying 17 here, since that 17 is less. After that, we are going to consider the next element in this array. So from which array we copied the element, from that array we are considering the next element. 57 and 25 are compared. Since 25 is less, 25 is copied here. The next element in this array is 90. 90 and 57 are compared. Since 57 is less, 57 is copied here. And after copying 57, there is only one element is remaining here. That element is directly written in this place. So like that, we are going to merge two sorted subarrays. How we are going to sort the two sorted subarrays? First, we are comparing the first two elements. Which is less, that is copied here. From which subarray we copied, we consider the next element from the same subarray. So we continue that procedure to merge. Now, I'm going to explain, earlier we explained about just the merge procedure. Now I'm going to explain you what the algorithm, divide and conquer algorithm we are following to do that merge sort. For our convenience, here I divided the algorithm into two parts. One part explains entire merge sort procedure, and another part explains the merging procedure. Another part explains merging procedure. Now let us see the algorithm first. Algorithm merge sort of low comma high. Here low is low index of the array, high is high index of the array. A low to high is an array to sort. Now here if low is equal to high, written array is already sorted. When low value becomes high, then if the array contains only one element, in that case low value becomes high. That is, suppose for example, you are taken an array A is equal to only an element 15. Its index value is 0. In this case, low value is 0. In the same way, high value also becomes 0. Since only one element is there here, its low index is 0 and high index is 0. In that case, only low value becomes high. In that case, since only one element is there, the array is already sorted. No need of sorting that. If low less than high, when low less than high, then low becomes less than high. If more than one element in the array, in that case, we need to divide the array into subarrays. So where we are going to divide the array? At mid, we are going to divide the array. So how to find the mid? Mid is equal to low index plus high index by 2. So after finding mid value, we are calling algorithm for merge sort of low to mid and merge sort of mid plus 1 to high. That is, our array contains low index and high index. We are finding mid value. We are dividing the array. Low to mid is one subarray. Mid plus 1 to high is another subarray. This is one sorted subarray. This is another sorted subarray. These two sorted subarrays are merged together to get the sorted array. Okay, so here how to do that merging? The merge procedure is represented here. The merge procedure, that is low, mid and high. Both the subarrays should be merged. The merging procedure is explained in this. Else written array cannot be sorted. So that is, if this condition is false and this condition is false, if both the conditions are false, that is low greater than high, that is not existed. So in that case array cannot be sorted. We can written array cannot be sorted. Now this entirely gives merge sort procedure. In this merge sort procedure, we are calling the procedure for merge. What is the merge procedure? Let us see the merge procedure. Here this gives the merge procedure. Algorithm merge low, mid, high. Now a low to high is a global array which contains two sorted subarrays. Here low to high is the given array. This given array contains two sorted subarrays. What are those two sorted subarrays? Here the given array is a low to high. This is divided into two subarrays. Those are a low to mid and a mid plus 1 to high. These two. So these two are sorted individually. These two are sorted individually and these are called for merging. A low, mid, high. So both are to be merged. We need to merge these two to get the sorted array. Now for our convenience, we are taking B as an auxiliary array. Here we are taking another array B for storing the intermediate values as an auxiliary array. Now I initialized some values here. Let us see. H is equal to low of A. I is equal to low of B. Obviously B is the auxiliary array. Its low value starts from 0. So we will take initially I value as 0. Now J is mid plus 1. J is mid plus 1. Now let us see here the procedure, the merge procedure. While H less than or equal to mid and J less than or equal to high. Let us see the values what we are doing. What is H? Here your array contains low to mid. The first subarray contains low to mid and the second subarray contains mid plus 1 to high. Mid plus 1 to high. Here what is H? Low of A. Low of A. That is here this is H. Now what is J? Mid plus 1. Here this is J. Here this is H. This is J. Okay. Now always mid value is greater than H. Always H is less than mid value. Since H indicates the first element, J indicates the first element of the second subarray. H indicates the first element of the first subarray. Mid indicates the last element of the first subarray. High indicates the last element of the second subarray. Always mid is greater than H. High is greater than J. Now what we are doing? H value less than or equal to mid and J value less than or equal to high. What we are doing? We are doing the merge procedure. Let us see what is the merge procedure. A of H less than or equal to A of J or not. That is, we are considering the first element from this subarray and the first element from this subarray. A of H, A of J. These two are compared. These two are compared. If A of H is less, that is, if this condition is true, if this condition is true, we are taking B as an auxiliary array. We consider B value starting from 0. Now we pass A of H to B of I. Since A of H is less value, we are passing this value to B of 0. Now after that what I am doing? H value is incremented. Why I am incrementing H value? Which value is passed to B? From that subarray we need to consider the next element. What becomes the next element? The first element is H. Next element is H plus 1. So to consider A of H plus 1, that is the next element, we are incrementing H. Else, if this condition is false, if this condition is false, in this case, if this condition false means what it indicates? A of J is less. If A of J is less, this is copied here and again J value is incremented. Since we need to consider the next element from this subarray. That is, I hope you all understood from which subarray we are copying the element to auxiliary array. From that subarray only we are considering the next element. We are comparing with the element already selected in this subarray. Okay. Now always we need to increment I value. Why? Because means first element is copied here, we need to copy the next element to here. So that's why if incrementing I value, it becomes 1. In that case only next element can be copied to B of 1. So that's why we need to increment I. Now this process is repeated. So up to which condition is reached, it repeats whether we reached H value to mid or we reached J value to high. So here we are incrementing the H value. By incrementing H value, at somewhere we may reach mid. By incrementing J value, at somewhere we can reach high. If I reached H value to mid means all the elements in this subarray are completed. Okay. If I reached J value to high means all the elements in this subarray are completed. That is the case. So, suppose if I reached mid, H value is reached to mid. That means all the elements in this subarray are copied to B. That is only some elements are present in this. That is, if this condition is if this condition is not holds means this condition holds definitely. So that's why some elements may be present in this subarray. Those elements should be directly copied to B. Directly copied to B. So I am checking that condition, that is which is reached, whether H reaches to mid. So when we come out of this loop, whether this condition fails or this condition fails, we come out of the loop. That is H may become greater than mid or J may become greater than high. So which condition fails? We are checking that one. Okay. So if this condition fails means some elements present in this subarray. If this condition fails means some elements are present in this subarray. So those should be copied. So that's why I am checking there that condition. If H greater than mid, if H is the elements in the first subarray are completed. In that case, for K is equal to J to high, that is the remaining elements of the second subarray are copied to B and I value is incremented. Else, if that condition is false means, if that condition false means this holds. So if this holds, when we come out of the loop, if this fails, in this case, some elements are present in this array. So for K is equal to H to mid, what the remaining elements that are present in the first subarray are copied to B. And finally, we get the sorted subarray in B. B is the auxiliary array, but our sorted array should be present in A. So finally, for K is equal to low to high, we are copying all the values from B to A. So this entirely gives merge procedure. So we see merge sort as well as merge procedure. Now I will explain you this by taking an example. Let us see the example. Now here first I am going to take some number of elements. Those elements are represented as like this. Here I considered some 6 elements. Okay, the index values of those 6 elements are represented as 0 to 5. Now, what is the low value? Low value is 0. What is high value? High value is 5. If low is equal to 5, we say that array is already sorted. So here we are calling the merge sort procedure for low to high. That is 0 to 5. So we are comparing low value with high. If low is equal to high, in that case array is already sorted. But low value is less than high. In that case, what we need to do? We need to find mid value. Mid is equal to 0 plus 5 by 2, which gives 2. Now, at this case, we are going to divide the array at 2. That is, we are calling merge sort of 0, 2. That is, low, mid, merge sort of mid plus 1, high. That is 3, 5. So, and here we need to call a merge procedure to 0 to 5, a merge procedure 0 to 5. But before calling this merge procedure, we need to implement this one. If we call merge sort, now this should be implemented first, 5, 20. Now here, if I divided this, we will get 37, 25. Now, the index values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, here this is merge sort of 0, 2. This is merge sort of 0, 2. Now, in this case, again, low value is 0, high value is 2. Low not equal to high. Again, we need to find the mid value. So, if I find the mid value, it becomes 1. So, we are going to divide at 1. So, it becomes 10, 5 becomes 20. That is how we are dividing this one. Merge sort of 0, 1, merge sort of 2, 2. So, merge sort of 2, 2 means low value is equal to high value. That is only one element is there in the array which is already sorted. But here 2 elements are there. Since this merge sort should be called here, we are again dividing 0, 5, 2 parts. Now in the same way we are calling this one. So if you go for this one, it is divided into 18, 37 and 25. This is divided into 18, 37. Now we need to call merging procedures. How to do that merging? Now first we need to merge these two. First we need to merge these two. By merging these two, we will get 5, 10. After that, we need to merge these two. By merging these two, we will get 5, 10, 20. Now later we need to merge these two. By merging these two, we will get 18, 37. Later we need to merge these two. By merging these two, we will get 18, 25, 37. Now we need to merge these two to get the sorted array. How this merging is done? I am going to explain that. How? Actually, we need to explain from here itself, but for clearly explaining, I am taking 2 subarrays and how merging process is done by those 2 subarrays I am going to explain. Let us see. H is equal to low of A, which is nothing but 0. I is equal to low of B, which is also 0. J is equal to mid plus 1. Here, at this case, here this is the sorted subarray of this one. This is the sorted subarray of this one. At this case, what is the mid value? 2. So, that's why J is equal to mid plus 1, which is nothing but J value is 3. Mid value is 2. 2 plus 1, which is nothing but 3. Now, what we are doing? Let us see. While H less than or equal to mid, 0 less than or equal to 2 and J value is 3 less than or equal to high is 5. Yes, this condition is true, this condition is true. In this case, what we are doing? A of H, we are considering A of H. If A of H, that is A of 0, A of 0 is 5 less than or equal to A of J, that is A of 3. A of 3 is 18. Yes, this condition is true. In this case, here if I represented B as first 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, into B of I, that is B of 0, we are copying A, that is 5 is copied to B of 0. After that, I am incrementing H becomes 1. And I also becomes 1. Now again I need to check the condition. Here till we are coming out of while loop, we need to check the condition again and again. Now H value is 1, 1 less than or equal to 2. Here J value is not changed. So this condition is true. This condition is also true. Now in that case again I am considering A of H. That is A of 1. What is A of 1? 10. Less than or equal to A of J. J value is 3 itself. So, 18. Again, this condition is true. So, this is copied to one place. This is copied to one place. And in B, one place. And again, H value is incremented. H becomes true. Now, again, I need to check the condition. H 2 less than or equal to 2. But here, J value is not changed. So again these conditions are true. Now again I am taking A of H. What is A of H? A of 3, which is nothing but A of 2. Sorry, A of 2 is 20 less than or equal to 18. In this case the condition fails. The condition fails. Now if condition fails, what we need to do? Here I already get 10, 5, 10 we obtained. Now in this case, what we need to do? We need to check, next we need to check whether h greater than mid or not. Whether h greater than mid or not. If 2 greater than 2 or not, this condition is false. Now what we need to do for k is equal to h2? What we need to do? So since that condition is false, what we need to do for k is equal to, what we obtain? Since it is less value, yes, since it is less value, we need to go for else. In that case, what we are doing? We are copying this one to here, 18 to here. That is at 2 place we are getting 18. At 2 place we are getting 18. In this case, j value is incremented. J value becomes 4. Again, we need to check the condition. 2 less than or equal to 2 and j becomes 4. 4 less than or equal to 5. Again, condition is true. Again, condition is true. Here, the condition is not failed. 4 less than or equal to 5. Again, what is 4? Fourth element is 25. So, 25, we need to consider a of h. What is a of h? 20. 20 less than or equal to 25. Yes, again condition is true. In this case, 20 is copied here. 20 is copied here. Now, again h value is incremented. H value becomes 3. At here, we are coming out of the loop. So, in this case, 2 h greater than mid we are checking. So, here 3 greater than 2. Yes, condition failed. So, since condition fails, we are coming for else. Now, in that case, if you come to else, what we are doing for k is equal to h2 mid, we are copying all the items. We are copying all the items. Now, what the items that we have remaining? Remaining, we have 37, 25 and 37. Those two values are copied here. Here 27 and here 25 and 37. Those two values are copied. So, finally, the sorted array is obtained in B. So, we need to move this sorted array to A. This sorted array to A. So, here 3 greater than 2. Since the condition is true, for k is equal to j2 high, we need to move all the values. j2 high means j value is 4 and high value is 5. That is 4 to 5. We need to move the values. That is 25 and 37 should be moved directly here. So, we get the sorted array in auxiliary array B. So, all the elements are transferred to A. By transferring all the elements to A, we will get a sorted array in A. So, I hope you all understood how to analyze the merge sort algorithm. What about the time complexity? Now, the time complexity recurrence relation for merge sort can be represented as T of n is equal to A when n is equal to 1 and T of n is equal to 2 T of n by 2 plus Cn when n is greater than 1. That is, if n is equal to 1, that is the given array contains a single element. In that case, since the array is already sorted, its time complexity can be represented as a constant value, which is nothing but A. If n is greater than 1, that is more than one element is present. Since more than one element is present in the array, we need to divide the array into subarrays and we need to sort those subarrays. So that's why where we are dividing the array, at half we are dividing the array. So B value becomes 2, which is how many subproblems that we are considering in further processing? All the 2 subproblems that we are considering. So A value becomes 2. So for sorting the subarrays, we need to have a time complexity of 2 of T of n by 2 into T of n by 2. And here this is Cn, which is nothing but f of n, which is the time required to divide the array and to conquer the subarrays, that is sorted subarrays, to merge the sorted subarrays. To dividing and conquering, we need a time complexity of Cn. Now by solving this recurrence relation, we will get the time complexity of merge sort as big O of n log n. Now I will explain you how to solve this time complexity recurrence relation. Now to solve this recurrence relation, compare this recurrence relation with general recurrence relation. By comparing with general recurrence relation, we will get T of 1 is equal to A is equal to 2, B is equal to 2, and f of n is equal to Cn. Now what is the time complexity? Time complexity T of n is identically equal to n power log A base B T of 1 plus U of n. First we need to calculate U of n. How to calculate U of n? U of n is equal to sigma j is equal to 1 to n h of b power j. Now here how to calculate this h of b power j? H of n is equal to f of n by n power log a base b. By using this formula, we can calculate h of n. By finding h of n, you can find u of n. By substituting u of n, you will get the time complexity for the given recurrence relation. Now I am going to find h of n. What is f of n? Cn by n power log a is 2 and b is 2, log 2 base 2. Now here log 2 base 2 is 1. Now here that is Cn by n. And n gets cancelled, you will get n. C. Now here I am writing this C as C into 1. It not changes the value. So that's why I written like that. Now I am writing that 1 as log n power 0. Since x power 0 is 1, log n power 0 is 1. I can write that 1 as log n power 0. I am representing this as log n power I, which is here I is equal to 0. Log n power I, here I is equal to 0. Now we are getting h of n value as log n power I. What is the corresponding value of u of n? While we are explaining about divide and conquer general method, we seen a table which gives the corresponding values of u of n for h of n. If you refer the table, you can identify what is the value of u of n. Here, when h of n is equal to big O of log n power I, then corresponding value of u of n is big O of log n by I plus 1. Log n power I plus 1 by I plus 1. That is, here I value is 0. So you will get 0 plus 1 whole power 0 plus 1, which is nothing but big O of log n, u of n. You will get u of n as big O of log n. Now by substituting that value, you will get time complexity as T of n is equal to n power log a base b, that is log 2 base 2 into T of 1, which is nothing but a, and u of n is big O of log n. Now here T of n is identically equal to log 2 base 2 is 1, so it becomes n into a plus big O of log n. Now here, since a is constant, we can omit that constant. Then by omitting that constant, the time complexity becomes, by multiplying this n with log n, we will get big O of n log n. That is, the time complexity of merge sort becomes big O of n log n. I hope you all understood the process of merge sort. Now I am going to summarize the concepts what we explained in this session. In this session, we see the problem statement of merge sort and also how to do the merging process. We explained that by taking a real-time example, and also we seen the algorithm for merge sort which follows divide and conquer strategy, and also we analyzed the algorithm by taking an example, and we also seen the time complexity, what is the recurrence relation for time complexity of merge sort, and also how to find the time complexity for that merge sort application. To assess yourself here, I given some questions. Please answer these questions. The first question is, the merge sort application follows dash algorithm technique. Option A, divide and conquer. Option B, greedy method. Option C, dynamic programming. Option D, backtracking. The next question is, in merge sort application, the array divide set. Option A, after first element. Option B, before last element. Option C, midpoint. Option D, array not divided. The next question is, implement merge sort algorithm for sorting the elements of given list. Here I given a list of elements. You have to implement merge sort algorithm to sort this given list of elements. So mainly you have to focus on merging procedure. The dividing procedure is very simple. Just simply you are going to find mid value at every time. At mid you are dividing the array. That dividing process continue till you get one single element into the array in case of merge sort. After getting that single elements, your merge process starts. So you need to mainly focus on merging. So get the two sorted subarrays of this one and go for merging those two sorted subarrays. Okay, mainly focus on that one. In preparing this presentation, I used the digital content from various public sources. It is only used for educational purpose and not for the commercial purposes. Thank you for listening the session.